the morning before, the police said they were going to come in and clear out the camp, right? And they came in and they announced, you have 5 minutes to leave. Everybody that was awake or heard the message got up and they started gathering their things. But then after 5 minutes was up, it actually felt like 4 minutes, but they just rushed the camp over the bullhorn. And it was a sergeant from the Oakland Police Department. And everybody got up that could get up, and a lot of people left behind their purses, wallets, all their belongings.
That location? Like where it is?
Right here. We are dead smack dab center of it, right here. Then they came in, they shot off some tear gas. Everybody got up and split, and then they just wiped out all the tents, picked them up, stuck them in the back of with a bunch of guys with hazmat suits on, right? Because you got to figure the ground was contaminated, without doubt. And they stuck everything in the back of a big old waste management truck, right? Wherever they took it, didn't matter. But then that night, the people gathered out here on 14th and Broadway, and I was right there in the middle of it. And the sergeant for the police department kept saying, in 5 minutes, this is an unlawful assembly. We're going to use chemical agents. You might get hurt seriously. And he announced it like 10 times.
Then this wasn't retaliation. Like we weren't doing nothing, right? We were just peaceful protesting, right?
Right. And nobody would disband, so he just kept reiterating about how much they're going to come in with the chemical agent, right?
Do you know about what time this was?
This was like about 6:45, and all of a sudden they had enough. They shot off a flash grenade, and then they sent out the tear gas. And I was standing right there, and I never had any dealings with tear gas. I just thought maybe, okay, it'd burn your eyes a little bit. Well, it didn't burn your eyes, because when it came into the crowd, it went down your throat, your lungs were on fire, my eyes were on fire, and my face and my skin was all on fire. I felt like Nicolas Cage in The Ghost Rider. My whole head was on fire, and we ran to get away from it, and it just kept following us. Like, we ran like 3 blocks down, down 14th Ave to Harrison. And there was people with water that were dousing you with water, because I'd been electrocuted in my life before, but it didn't feel nothing like this. This felt like somebody threw gasoline on you and set you on fire. And that's how bad it was. And I have empathy. Oh, there had to be at least 2,000 people, at least. Everybody just went their own different way, trying to escape. And wherever we went, it looked like it was following us. And it burnt the insides of my lungs. Me and my friend right here, and my other friend, all 3 of us were running, and we were crying like little girls. That's how bad it hurt. And I'm no little girl, but it hurt. It burned so bad. I mean, it felt like somebody threw.
Was there any response, any emergency team, for you guys, or any support from the city?
If you had to call an ambulance at 911, you better just take a number, because there was no ambulances, no nothing. Nothing. You were on your own. Get up, do what you got to do, clean yourself off, get to a safe spot, because there was no help from the family. And the police stood their ground. They didn't come into the crowd with clubs like they usually do, but they stood their ground and just kept firing that CS gas. And let me tell you something, it works.
How long did this go on?
This went on for a good solid 3 hours. And then it started back up again later, but I went to my spot with my sleeping bag after the burning stopped, But it kept going on. And one thing about this gas, there's nothing you could do. You could be the strongest individual, you could be the alpha male of the male race, but it's going to drop you to your knees and make you cry like a little baby. Because
going through all that, you're still out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how strong and this movement is, and how dedicated you are. You went through all that and you're still here.
Absolutely. Because you know what?